Hello and welcome to the Mount Diablo Unified School District Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I just have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/MDUSD. I'd like to now turn it over to our first presenter, Bryant University.
Hi, everyone. Don't mind my voice. It's been a day, let's just say. But welcome and greetings from Bryant University in Smithfield, Rhode Island. I do have a little presentation that I will pull up here for you today, but feel free to drop any questions in the chat that you may have for me along the way. So I could not, for some reason, get the full presentation mode to go, so bear with me here, technology. But we were founded in 1863. We're located 15 minutes outside of Providence, Rhode Island. We have about 4,300 undergraduate students. Students are coming from 38 different states and 60 different countries. This little guy right here, we are the Bulldogs on campus, and we do have a live Bulldog on campus. His name is Topper. Neat story with Bryant is that our campus in Smithfield is actually our second campus. Our first campus was located in Providence. So if you ever go to Brown, those are Bryant's old buildings. The owner of Tupperware donated the land to us that we're on, the 435 acres in Smithfield. Earl Topper, who is the owner of Tupperware. Therefore, this little guy's name is Topper, and you can find him at all of our events, and even on through the Bryant app. There's an icon that you can click that says Tupperware, just in case you need some little pet snuggles throughout the day. At Bryant, the different thing academically is that all of our students are required to have a major and a minor. One needs to be in the College of Business and one needs to be in the College of Arts and Sciences. If you look in the background there, you can see the different combinations of that major and minor that we do have at Bryant. For the College of Business, accounting, finance, international business are our top 3 majors. The neat thing with our international business program is that all students are required to minor in a language, required to do a semester abroad, and required to do an internship abroad. For the College of Arts and Sciences, biology, psychology, and communication are our top 3. We do have a pre-med advisory track, and we also do have a pre-law advisory track. We do have our average class size of 26 students, so you're definitely a name at Bryant and not a number. We do offer a lot of individualized attention through our Academic Center for Excellence, which is our tutoring service on campus. We do have a gateway course that's all 5 courses that all of our first-year students do take. And we do have this program, it's called the IDEA program. It stands for Innovation and Design Experience for All. This program is all centered around design thinking and really getting students to think outside of the box from day one. At Bryant, we have what's called our Mika Center for Career Education. They are our career services on campus. They do everything from resume building, portfolio management. They'll bring over 800 first-round interviews to campus for you and bring over 400 students or 400 employers to campus interviewing our students. We do 87% of students complete at least one internship during their time at Bryant, but this is a statistic that we are definitely proud of. 99% of students at Bryant will have a job within 6 months of graduation or in graduate school. So this did come from an average class size, or this came from a 91% response rate from the class of 2020. And 63% of those students did have a job by the time that they graduated, with that other about 30% making up that 6 months. At Bryant, we are in the common application. We do have 2, our average GPA is about a 3.4 on a 4.0. SAT, we're about 1270, math critical reading. ACT, we are 26 on the composite score. And we are test optional. We have been test optional for over 10 years. So we really didn't have to pivot in the time of COVID. You can see what we do require in order to apply to Bryant. And here you can see our application deadlines. We have that 2 early action, 2 regular decision, and or 2 early decision, 1 early action, and 1 regular decision. We are located on 435 acres at Bryant. Some neat things, we do have 25 Division I athletics. One of our football players was actually just playing Monday Night Football last night for the Lions. We did have 4 baseball players get drafted for the NBA, for the baseball, and we did have one of our swimmers in the Olympics. So if sports aren't your thing, we do have 110 clubs and organizations, but there's a lot of different opportunities at Bryant to get involved on our 435 acres. I will drop my contact information in the chat for you guys, but also know that we do offer interviews at Bryant. They are recommended, they're not required, but we do offer a fly-in program as well. So if you do want to come to check out campus, we do have a fly-in program in which you can reimburse up to half your plane ticket, up to $150. So a little incentive for you to come visit us. So that is a quick overview. And what I will do is like I said, I'll toss my contact information in there as well as the fee waiver code. So if you guys do have any other questions or would like to apply, we would love to hear from you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And just a reminder that the Q&A function is open. So feel free to drop your questions for any and all of our presenters in the Q&A at any time, and they will answer them for you. Up next, we have Clarkson University.
Good evening. I thought I was sharing, but let me make sure. There we go. And let me do the slideshow. All right. My name is Sue Bynum, and I represent Clarkson University. Clarkson is in the beautiful college town of Potsdam in northern New York. See a picture of it here. It's about 20 miles from the Canadian border, about an hour from Ottawa, Canada, and about 2 hours north of Syracuse. I'm actually a Clarkson alum and now live here in the San Francisco area. And after working in industry for many years, I now work with admissions to promote interest in Clarkson with Northern California high school students and counselors. Clarkson is really a great option for California students interested in engineering, technology, business, and other career-focused programs, but looking for a smaller, more supportive environment. Clarkson has only about 3,000 undergraduates and about 1,000 grad students with a 10-to-1 student-faculty ratio. Students actually apply to the university, not a specific school or major, and none of Clarkson's programs are impacted or limited. This really results in a cooperative, supportive academic environment. It provides more flexibility for students to customize their programs or change majors. About half our students pursue one of 8 engineering majors in the Coulter School of Engineering. In addition, we offer 12 engineering minors and concentrations in areas like biomedical engineering, architectural engineering, and structural engineering for students that want more specialization. One of our most popular programs in the race is the engineering management major, accredited as both an engineering and business major, is really a blend of both programs and similar to a select dual degree program that UC Berkeley offers. Other business majors include global supply chain, business analytics, and innovation entrepreneurship. Our Shipley Center for Innovation is a focal point for entrepreneurship across campus. The Institute for Sustainable Environment has gained popularity with global focus on climate change and includes majors like environmental engineering and environmental science and policy. In lieu of a semester abroad, students can spend a semester in the Adirondack Mountains to focus on environmental studies and research. Our School of Arts and Science offers a wide range of programs, including computer science, biomolecular science, digital arts and science, and social documentation. Biology is a popular major for students that enroll in our pre-health professional tracks, and our new School of Health Science now offers direct entry options into physical therapy, occupational therapy, and physician assistant grad programs. Lastly, all of our majors require an internship, co-op, or research project, as we want students to get hands-on experience in their field of study. We encourage students to talk to faculty about research opportunities, even as freshmen. Clarkson hosts over 200 companies twice a year for our career fairs, where students can talk to industry representatives about both internships and full-time opportunities. And we actually just had one, a live fair a couple weeks ago up in Potsdam. And then I actually work with other alumni here in the area to provide contacts for summer intern opportunities as well. Clarkson offers 55 study abroad programs in 28 countries around the world. So you can check on our international site on the Clarkson website. Being in Northern New York, we are a big hockey school with both men and women's Division I hockey teams, and home hockey games are always a big event on campus. We also have 9 Division III sports for both men and women, including basketball, swimming, lacrosse, alpine, and Nordic skiing. Clarkson has over 200 clubs, intramural sports, and tons of activities on campus. Our biggest club is the Outing Club that coordinates outdoor activities for students. 88% of students stay on campus all 4 years, and about 20% of students are involved in Greek life. I also want to highlight our SPEED programs with 12 different projects students can participate in to design, build, and compete. You can see the full list of projects here on the slide. It's just a great way to get firsthand experience with the engineering process, and we have a huge facility on campus to support these programs. Our acceptance rate is 66%. Average GPA is about 3.6. Standardized tests are optional again for fall 2022, but incoming students had an average of SAT of 1260 and ACT of 27. Clarkson offers both need-based aid through FAFSA as well as merit-based aid based on your students' application information, and 95% of students actually receive financial aid. And actual tuition can be very competitive with the California State universities. Students can use the net price calculator under the admissions tab on Clarkson website to estimate the cost of attending Clarkson. Finally, I'd like to share that 97% of our students get a job or go to graduate school after graduation. The Career Center does an amazing job working with students, each one of them individually on their job search, and the class of 2022 had an average starting salary of $64,000. And I'd like to also highlight that 1 of every 5 Clarkson graduates is a CEO, president, senior exec, or owner of a company. So our Clarkson graduates are quite accomplished. Let me go to the very last slide. It just has my contact information, Clarkson admission information in some websites, and then on Clarkson with more information about undergraduate admissions, and I will post some information in the chat as well. Thank you so much, and I'm going to pass it along to the next person.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Up next, we have Western Colorado University.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Lindsay Leggett, and I am a Regional Director of Recruitment for Western Colorado University in Gunnison, Colorado. What you're seeing on your screen here is a picture of campus, as well as a very small snapshot of town. The town of Gunnison is about 8,000 people total, including the college. So a pretty small town, also a pretty small campus, which is something that I really loved about being a student at Western. I am a Western alum, so loved my experience, and I'm hoping to be able to share just a snapshot of that with you today. We are about 4 hours from Denver. A lot of students from out of state fly into Denver International Airport and then get a shuttle from DIA to Gunnison. That being said, we do have an airport in Gunnison if that is something that you're interested in. Something else that I really loved about being a student is that our backyard is nature's best classroom. So we're surrounded by millions of acres of BLM land, national forest land, all of this public land that students have access to either for research or recreation purposes. A lot of our more popular majors on campus are STEM related, and I think that has a lot to do with our location and just the fact that we can certainly offer these hands-on learning opportunities in the field for your undergraduate programs. But a lot of our students are really interested in mountain biking and skiing. We're about 30 minutes away from 2 different ski resorts, one of them being Crested Butte, the other being Monarch. And so that's definitely a big draw for quite a few of our students as well. Something else that's pretty unique about Western is just, again, our small campus size lends to our small class sizes as well. So our total enrollment at Western is about 3,000 students, but that means you will never ever sit in a lecture hall with hundreds of other students. Your average class size is 16 students, but the biggest class on campus will only hold about 55. So you have that real interaction with your professors. They'll all know your name, they'll know your major and how to support you if you ever need additional assistance. As far as affordability goes, Western is a pretty affordable four-year institution, especially for students in the state of California. So our out-of-state tuition is $18,600 per year, which is considerably less than the national average for out-of-state tuition. However, we do have a really competitive merit scholarship program. So if you have at least a 3.35 GPA, you'll automatically be awarded $8,000 per year to attend Western. And that can go all the way up to $10,000 per year, depending on your GPA. And then if you don't quite meet that GPA requirement for the merit scholarships, just for being from the state of California. We are a WUI institution. So again, if you don't meet those merit scholarship requirements, you automatically receive the WUI discount, which is 150% of in-state tuition. So that also makes Western affordable for students from California. We are dedicated to student success on campus. This is certainly not a comprehensive list of all of the resources that we have for students, just some things that I like to mention. So we do have an academic resource center that houses academic advising, disability services, career services, study abroad, a bunch of those resources for you in one office, kind of your one-stop shop, which is really nice. Every single student at Western has an academic advisor that is a professor in their major or area of study. So you'll kind of walk through your 4 years with them, and they'll make sure that you're staying on track to graduate, and can also help with job searches and internship searches during your time as a student and after you graduate. Something that I like to mention about our career services office, they can certainly do all of the things like resume review, job interview or mock job interviews, career fairs, all of those things. But something that's kind of unique to Western is that we have a career closet. So what you can do is you can go in, if you have a job interview coming up, you can go in and check out a suit, just like you would check out a book from the library. So you can wear your suit to your interview and then bring it back, and our career services office will take care of the dry cleaning and make sure it's all ready to go for the next student. So that's a really great resource on campus, again, totally for free, or I guess included in your cost of attendance. We also have our math tutoring center and writing center, and these are student-led offices. So if you ever have any questions on your math homework or a math test coming up, or you want a paper edited, you can bring it into those offices, and students will be the ones that are available to help you. We also have an EPIC mentorship program. So every single first-time freshman and transfer student that comes to Western is assigned an EPIC mentor. These are students who are sophomores through seniors, so they've experienced quite a bit on campus and can really help walk you through your admissions process once you confirm your enrollment, on top of any support that you're getting from the admissions office as well. But then they're also just a friendly face once you get to campus. So they're really there to be your peer support and your peer resource for anything you need, whether that's academic or just extracurricular support. If you ever have anything outside of the classroom that you need additional support on, they're there for you anytime you need. We do have free mental health counseling for all of our students on campus. That's something that's really important to us. So we want to make sure that our counseling center is accessible for everyone. So every student receives free mental health counseling during their 4 years at Western. And we also have a multicultural center, which houses 5 different multicultural clubs, and anyone and everyone is welcome and encouraged to participate in those as well. If you're interested in visiting campus, we'd love to have you. You can come for a preview day, and Western will pay for 1 night of a hotel for you and your family. And then if you're interested in applying, we are on the Western application and Common App, and you can use code GOWESTERN2022 to waive your application fee. And here is my contact information. Feel free to give me a call or a text or email, and I'm happy to chat with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Western Colorado University. Again, another reminder that we do have the Q&A function open. So if you have a question for any of our presenters, feel free to drop that in the Q&A at any time. Up next, we have Western Oregon University.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nolan Arasato. My pronouns are he, she, his, hers, and I am the Hawaii Admissions Counselor here at Western Oregon University. So let's get started. So Western Oregon, where is Western Oregon? Okay, we're located in Monmouth, Oregon, which we're pretty central to the northwest of Oregon. We're maybe about an hour south of Portland, an hour north of Eugene, maybe about half an hour from Corvallis. We're about an hour and a half from the coast, 3 hours from Central Oregon. You know, so I always like to tell my students, even though we're a small college town, there's still lots of things to do around us. And like I said, we're pretty central to the northwest of Oregon. We are not located in Washington, because no matter how much times I have Oregon everywhere, there's some auntie here in Hawaii who comes up to me asking me, Hey, where you folks stay in Washington? And we are not located in Washington. We are Western Oregon University. Just some general information about Western. We are a four-year public university, again, located in Monmouth, Oregon. Our undergraduate population is about 4,500 students. So our average class size here is roughly around 19. So you're seeing very similar class sizes that you folks will probably see down at your California schools. Of our freshman population, 46% of that population will be considered or identify themselves as first generation college students. 29% of our student body population are people of color. And then all students that submit a FAFSA to Western will receive some sort of financial assistance. And then just mapping out some of our 6 more popular majors, we have American Sign Language, English Interpreting, Business, Criminal Justice, Exercise Science, Education, and Psychology. So just some of our admissions requirements, we are asking for a 2.75 or above and a C- in the 15 core classes that you see on the screen. So 4 years of math, 3 years of English, science, social science, and then 2 years of a second language. If you have a C- or better in those classes and you have 2.75 or above, congratulations, you're getting into Western, okay? We're just gonna need your application and your high school transcript. As you can see on the screen, our application is free $99 for everyone that wants to apply. Okay, so you folks don't need to worry about waivers, you don't need to worry about deferments. You folks can just apply and it's automatically free for all students. Okay, if you folks want to send any of your, have your counselor send over your official transcripts, they can easily just email that to me. So going into our tuition, we do have, if you can look at our non-resident fee, it's going to be $29,000, which is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, which is why we offer the WUI tuition here at Western. So we do offer WUI tuition for our students. Any student residing in the state of California automatically gets it here at Western, okay? It's very simple to get our WUI tuition. As long as you folks are from the state, you folks will automatically get WUI tuition here at Western. If all of our majors are also a part of the WUI tuition, so you don't need to worry about certain programs, whether or not it's a part of the WUI tuition program. And then also we allow you to stack your scholarships here. So you can keep your WUI tuition with your financial aid, with any of your merit-based scholarships and throw it all at Western. Okay? So going into our scholarships, we do have 3 different scholarships that you folks can choose from or that you folks can apply to. The first one is our presidential scholarship. There's 3 different levels, as you can see on the screen. Each dollar amount is giving you a dollar amount per year, but that if you multiply that by 4, that's your total package. And then if you have the GPA attached to that, the proper GPA, you folks automatically get these presidential scholarships. For the provost and presidential, the 2 highest levels, you do have to fill out our general scholarship fund in order to receive the 2 highest levels. But even then, if y'all want free money, why you folks aren't, applying to it in the first place? You folks should be applying to it. Apply to everyone's scholarship that any school has a scholarship application, apply to it because if you folks can, you folks are gonna get all that money. Okay, it's free money, all right? So for our Dean Scholarship, it's $1,000 per year for 4 years. If you have a 3.6 GPA or above, that's an automatic scholarship that you're getting. With your Provost, it's $2,000 per year for 4 years, so $8,000 total. If you have a 3.6 to a 3.94 and you fill out our general scholarship. Okay, our full presidential scholarship is $5,000 per year for 4 years, so $20,000. And then if you have a 3.95 GPA to a 4.0 or above, with filling out our general scholarship fund, you folks are getting that automatically. Okay, the last one is our diversity commitment scholarship. As long as you can prove that you're a diverse student and that you can benefit your diversity to help your community, you folks can fill out this scholarship. There's no GPA requirement. This can give you up to $6,000 per year for 4 years. So $24,000 that you could possibly get just from writing this essay, okay? Just some of our majors and all of our majors and minors that we have to offer. I'm just gonna highlight 2 of them for you folks today. The first one is our education degree. Before we were called Western Oregon University, we used to be called Oregon College of Education. Till this day, we still have a great education program, and so that's what we're known for. We're also known for our American Sign Language program. So if any of you folks sign or if any of you folks want to get a bachelor's degree in American Sign Language, we're the only school in the state of Oregon with an American Sign Language degree. So it's pretty unique to our school. And then we also have some pre-professional degrees as well. Pre-nursing is just one of our popular ones here at Western. So we're pretty proud to say that our resident hall fee didn't change over the years. So we do require freshmen to live on campus. You can choose between co-ed or single gendered residence halls. We also have a freshman only option for you incoming freshmen, but all of our rooms comes with mini fridges and microwaves, so you don't need to worry about that. But once again, my name is Nolan Arasato. There's my information on the screen, so feel free to reach out to me if you folks have any questions or concerns. Mahalo nui, and I hope you folks have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We have two more colleges with us. We have Southern Oregon University next.
Awesome. 1 second. Perfect. Thank you so much, Nolan, for presenting. And I am going to be speaking about Southern Oregon University today. 1 second. Starting my timer, so we're on track. So we are located in Ashland, Oregon, which is about 15 minutes over the California border. For all the folks from Walnut Creek and Concord, that's actually only about 5.5 hours from your hometown, which is really nice and very accessible on I-5. We have about 20,000 residents in Ashland, so we're a fairly small city. However, we are a tourist destination, so we get about 350,000 visitors each year. The main reason for that is the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is a world-renowned theater and it has shows for 9 months out of the year. We do have rush tickets for students, and so you can actually get to a play that normally costs like $150 a ticket. You can do it for $15. So it's really exciting to have on our campus. If you are interested in the outdoors at all, Ashland and Southern Oregon is a mecca for outdoor adventure, whether backpacking, we have whitewater rafting, rock climbing, snowboard skiing. We have Mount Ashland, which is a ski and snowboard resort 15 miles away from campus. And we actually even have a snow bus that runs from downtown Ashland up to the top of the mountain. And it's free for students and residents to take advantage of. So we have a lot of students who work at the ski resort, or you can take our ski and snowboard class during the year. We have very Northern California type weather. So we actually get 200 sunny days a year and 4 mild seasons. I know there's a big misconception that Oregon rains all the time. It does in some parts of the state, but we actually get about half the amount of rain as Portland. So it's nice and pretty mild throughout the year. We do have an international airport in Medford, which is about 15 miles away. However, like I said, it's only 5.5 hour drive. So a lot of our students from the Bay Area, a lot from Concord, just drive up there or carpool with other folks that are from the Bay Area as well. So in terms of size, we're going to be smaller than some of the universities you've heard from today. It's about 5,000 undergraduate students and about 1,000 graduate students. So we're a fairly small public four-year university in Oregon. Our average class size is about 21. Again, your classes are not going to be more than like 120 in like a general bio class, and then split down into much more accessible sizes with your professor. All our classes are taught by professors, so they're going to know your name and be able to advocate for you in our situations. We do have 40 different majors and over 100 academic programs, including obviously our majors, minors, but also certificate programs that you can apply to individually. And that is all under our 7 academic divisions. Our most popular majors are business, education, and psychology, but just because something's popular doesn't mean it fits you personally. So we do have programs all across the board, really good at STEM, biology, chemistry, forensic chemistry. We have an environmental science and policy degree, and we just added a new major in sustainability. But on the other side, we have computer science, we have communications, criminal justice, and criminology. Some of our more unique programs or something that you're looking for is digital cinema, which is a fundamental filmmaking degree. You don't need a portfolio to apply for that, so it's very accessible even for folks who might not have a film degree in their high school. Other programs you might like outdoor adventure leadership, which is a fundamental leadership degree, but it's just set in the outdoors. In terms of campus, we have a lot of opportunities for students to get engaged. One thing I do like to highlight is our research. So we actually have 2-year-long capstone research projects for our STEM students. So biology and chemistry, you're doing a year's
Hi, everyone. It looks like technical difficulties with the question and answer portion, and then we'll see if we get our other panelists back here. So if everyone would like to join me back on camera, we'll go through questions here. Let's see. Oh, we have. All right, go ahead.
Got that. Let me get back here and then I'll wrap it up pretty quickly. So I was talking about our degree in 3 program. Sorry. So our degree in 3 program, you can actually graduate in as little as 3 years from SOU with a bachelor's degree, and that reduces a year's worth of elective credits. Just for time, I'll jump over to the next page. We are a WUI school as like Western Washington or Western Colorado and Western Oregon has mentioned. We are automatic WUI, so instead of paying out-of-state tuition of about $26,000 a year, drops down to about $13,000, and including fees, it's closer to about $15,000 a year. We do offer WUI merit-based scholarships, so that's based on your GPA coming from high school. So those are automatic $1,000 to $3,500 a year scholarships. That honors college I was talking to you about earlier, there is an automatic scholarship of $2,000 if you're in our honors college. The degree in 3 program, that program where you graduate in as little as 3 years, that obviously wipes out your entire last year. So that saves you a quarter of your total degree cost. We are part of the ROTC program, so we do have Army and National Guard on campus. So if you are looking into perhaps the military after school, this is a really nice collaboration between the two, and all the tuition and fees are covered by the ROTC program. And in addition to those, we have the SOSA, which is our scholarship application pool of about 400 scholarships available. This is my last page. This is my contact information. We do have on-campus tours if you are interested in coming Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., although we do have the virtual tour. So I will turn it over to Washington State University. So thank you for bearing with me.
Thanks so much. I wasn't sure if it was you or me for a second. My connection's been spotty. All right, thanks for bearing with our technical difficulties. Up next, last but not least, we have Washington State University.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matthias Caldwell. I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor with Washington State University. I am based in Sacramento, California. I always like to start with this overhead snapshot of campus. I feel like it gives a really good kind of aerial view of what you can expect from WSU. You can see it's got that classic red brick building feel, lots of trees. It's a beautiful campus set against a really picturesque background. We're a pretty manageable campus. You can walk across campus in about 15 to 20 minutes. So, it's not one of those schools where you're going to be, in a city unto yourself. It's about 20,000 students. So upper mid-sized public university, but still kind of manageable, still with that ability to kind of retain that smaller campus community vibe, which I think is really great. We really are the classic college town in almost every sense of the word, Pac-12 Division I sports, Greek life, strong academics, and a residential campus where people are living either on campus or very close to campus, making it easy to kind of plug in, find your people, your community right off the bat. We are located in Pullman, Washington, which is, a small college town over on the eastern side of the state of Washington. So it is rural. It is not in an urban area. We're about a 5.5-hour drive across the state from Seattle, Washington. We're right along the border with Idaho. That means that we don't get as much rain, like some of my colleagues have been mentioning, but we do get kind of an all 4 seasons feel. So you'll get a lot less rain, but a lot more snow and kind of cold weather in the wintertime, which can be a lot of fun if you're coming from California and you want a different experience. I feel like some of these little statistics right here give a really good indication as well of just kind of what to expect from the town itself. As you can see, it is a very small college town. We're about 34,000 people in town, and the campus is about 20,000 students. And so it really does dominate the landscape of Pullman in a really good kind of fun way. Everybody in Pullman is either a student, faculty, staff, their families, or a few diehard locals who just love the Cougs. And so it's one of those places where everything you do, the people you meet, the places you go, places you eat, it all kind of revolves around the college life, the college experience. You're sort of the center of everything up there. So if that's what you're looking for, if you want that kind of classic college town experience, then WSU can be a really good option for you. The average age in town is 21, 22 years old. So it just creates a really unique kind of environment for you to do your 4 years of college and then move on when you're done. We are a tier 1 research university, which means that we're the highest general classification of research institution that you can have nationwide. So it means there's lots of government funding and resources pouring into our programs, our facilities, enabling us to give you lots of hands-on learning opportunities as a student, things like lab work, field work, research, internships, et cetera. And we can get you those opportunities even as a first semester freshman, potentially. The tier 1 designation also means that our faculty are conducting their own cutting edge research. So they are critically immersed in their fields of study. They are not lay people. They know what they're talking about from experience, which can really benefit the classroom. The tier 1 status also means that we're going to be great in a lot of those hard sciences, anything from ag and biosciences to the engineering department, which is stellar, to our health sciences department. We have our own medical school, pharmacy school, nursing school, veterinary school, and a whole host of the pre-professional programs and things like therapy, optometry, dentistries, et cetera. But just because we were a tier 1 school does not mean that science is all we have. We have over 200 fields of study, and students come in for a lot of other reasons as well. We have a great business department as well as communication. So very strong, very competitive with lots of different majors. People come in for things like psychology, criminology, sociology. Our foreign language and cultures department is actually quite robust compared to a lot of different universities. And even our art department, which is by no means the largest on campus, is still a vibrant part of the campus community with its own art museum. So a lot of different ways that students can be successful academically. We are a Pac-12 Division I sports school, like I mentioned before, and that is a big part of kind of our campus ethos and the vibe on campus. It's very fun, very exciting to be able to have that buzz and excitement on a game day, especially for something like football. We have a pretty active student body. Students are getting involved, joining clubs. We have over 400 different student-led clubs and organizations on campus, everything from an academic club for every major to, in recent years, we've had majors or clubs like Humans vs. Zombies Club, the Peanut Butter and Jelly Club, the Hammock Club. We've had more environmentally kind of conservation-focused clubs where students are rehabilitating injured birds and then releasing them into the wild. You name it, we've probably got it. Or you can start a club with just a couple friends and a faculty sponsor. So it's really easy to get involved. And I think the important thing to keep in mind about WSU is just that we are one of those places where you really need to want to reinvest your time, your energy, back into the campus community. We are an upper mid-sized school of 20,000 students. There's a ton happening, but it's all happening really on campus with the exception of some of those outdoor activities. And so we're not going to be a school where you're going to be on campus part-time and then running around a city kind of exploring it on the other part of the time. With us, you're going to be on campus reinvesting your energy into that campus community and the people that you're kind of with on the day-to-day basis, which I think is a really fun thing. We have this saying in Pullman that no one ends up in Pullman by accident. Basically, if you're in Pullman, if you're at WSU, you made a really conscious choice to be there. And so there's an incredible buy-in and school spirit that comes with that, because it's not one of those places you kind of wind up in by accident. I'll wrap it up with just kind of talking really quickly about some of the scholarship opportunities that we do have. We are a WUI school, so if you have a 3.4 cumulative unweighted GPA or better, you will qualify and get $11,000 per year knocked off of your tuition all 4 years. That brings tuition down to around $15,000, give or take, per year. So right on par with a lot of the California options. And then the Cougar Award is for anybody with a 3.0 to 3.39 cumulative unweighted GPA as well. So gets you $7,000 per year all 4 years. So we are a pretty good comparable option to some of those California schools, especially some of those UCs. And we offer that tier 1 experience as well, kind of on a parallel with them as well. And with that, I think I will wrap it up and be done and stop my share. Thanks for listening. I know that we have a lot of information kind of thrown at you right there. So hopefully you have some questions for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's a great reminder that you can still use the Q&A function. And in the meantime, I'll invite everyone, all of our panelists to come back on screen, and I'll ask a question of my own. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're going to go with Clarkson University first.
Thanks. Yeah, a couple things. One, definitely don't limit yourself. Definitely look out of state and look at other options. The other thing I also like to tell students is don't necessarily focus on just the one major that you think you're going to want to major in. Look for a campus that has other things that you're interested in, whether it's a club or an activity or even other topics or subject areas that you like, because it's not unusual for students to change majors, and it's just great to be able to do that within your existing environment without having to change campuses. So that's my answer.
My piece of advice would be to ask for help in every scenario. You know, each of us are here to help you through the process. And I can certainly speak for myself, and I'm sure my colleagues here, even if it's not like Western Colorado University specific, reach out and be like, hey, I saw you at the college fair, and I was wondering if you could answer this general admissions question. And I think any of us would be more than happy to do that, or get you connected with a student or a professor at each of our institutions. So definitely reach out for help whenever you need it through this process.
Yeah, my advice to you folks would be, I was that student that I couldn't go to college unless it was free, because I didn't have any money. My parents, I grew up really poor. And so I'm going to encourage you folks, especially with scholarships, like I was saying before, if you get into every single one of our schools, you can fill out every single one of our scholarship profiles or scholarships and see what's the best option for you. I was that foolish student that did I got into these 5 schools, but I don't know if I'm going to attend, so I'm not going to apply for their scholarships. And I actually didn't get any of the scholarships at Western that I just offered to you folks, because I was that student that did that. So don't limit yourself. Apply to all, because I was the student. Out of all the times you folks on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, watching all these funny videos, you folks can be filling out scholarship applications, okay? It takes 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes.
I can't top Nolan what he just said, but especially if you're like a junior right now or going through the process early on, maybe you have a favorite teacher, favorite mentor, ask for a letter of before you need it. I swear I see a lot of seniors wait until the very last minute, and then their teachers are swamped, and they wouldn't write as good of a letter or advocate for you as strongly as if they had some time to think about it. So just save yourself time, save your counselor or teacher time, ask for the letter of rec generally well before you need it. So this would be a good summer activity, and for juniors, maybe like winter through the spring term. So that would be my advice.
My piece of advice echoes, I think it was one of my colleagues earlier mentioned part of this, but my thing would be to don't get tunnel vision when you're applying to college. And what I mean by that is that a lot of students that I talk to get so excited about one aspect of one school. Maybe it's a major or a sport or a club or anything really, but the one aspect of that school. And we forget the fact that we're dynamic human beings that will change. You will change majors potentially. I think it's a huge proportion of incoming freshman students do change majors. And what happens if you picked based on that one major and then you change, and is this school still a good fit for you? So try to pick on multiple points, different ways that you can find a fit at the school that you're looking at. So academic fit, geographic fit, size, what size is the school? What's the social life like? Cost, that financial fit that my colleague was mentioning. So all of those, and try to pick a school that hits at least 2 or 3 at minimum of those different kind of choice points.
That's fantastic. Thank you all for all the great pieces of advice, especially, talking about the scholarships. There's so much free money out there. Just have to put in the work, almost like an extra job, but it does pay off. And looking for that right fit and just all of that great advice. Thank you so much for sharing about your schools today with us. We really appreciate it. So with that, we're going to wrap up here. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any type of feedback that you can provide us with. We encourage you also to check more sessions available for you. You can check that out on our website, and you'll also be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/MDUSD. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, Jeannie.